Hey guys, what is going on? Pete on the beat here. In this video I would like to take you through a simple chest workout that is actually a shoulders and a chest workout. And before I start and before I show you the whole footage with different angles, sets, reps and of course some beats as a form of background, I would like to point out that I always train my shoulders, aka deltoids, before my chest. And I would like to explain, of course, the main reason why I do this and why I always prefer to do this. And the main reason is really simple. I'm a chest dominant type of guy. I always had this problem of the narrow shoulders. I always had really hard time to make my shoulders match with my whole upper body, especially with my chest, and I still have this problem a little bit. But right now I'm actually getting closer and closer to make my shoulders match with my chest, as you can probably see. And I really feel this has a lot to do with the way that I target my shoulders and the way how I train my shoulders. I always prioritize my deltoids, and nowadays I always prioritize my arms as well, because I feel those are my weakest body parts. And here I would like to point a little detail, and you can take this as a little bit of food for thought. And believe it or not, the thing that I'm about to say took me really long time to really understand and to really start to pay attention to. It basically took me really long time to start to applying this approach to my training sessions, but when I started, this basically was a game changer for me. What I'm trying to explain right here is, if you have a weakest body part, this is the thing that you should prioritize. You should not listen to the bigger guy in the gym or to some bullshit fitness magazines that recommend you to always prioritize your biggest body parts. This is a huge mistake in my personal opinion, and I most definitely believe this is something that will interfere with your ability to eventually one day develop this symmetrical, proportional, pleasing physique that you want to achieve, if you want to achieve it. So yeah, so you can take this as a little bit of food for thought. And right now I'm about to give you a little bit of explication for the whole training session, and then I'm gonna show the actual training. As long as for shoulders, I always prefer to prioritize my rear deltoids and my side deltoids. Basically my rear and side deltoids, those are the areas that development in those particular areas create this 3D type of look that we all want to achieve. As you're gonna be able to see, I do tons of volume. I do all kinds of side lateral raises, side deltoid raises, all kinds of upright rows with the easy bar, 2 different types of grips, a bit closer and a bit wider. I'm pretty much trying to target each and every area of my deltoids before I move to the presses, and really want to make each and every fiber in my deltoids work, if I can put it like this. When I feel like my whole shoulders are already full of blood, I move on to the presses. Typically I prefer to perform like standing overhead presses, but in this particular video I'm gonna be showing you a particular way that it's a bit like a weird type of technique to use the hammer strength machine for shoulder presses, shoulder press hammer strength machine. This one that I'm using is with staff, but I'll be showing you a weird type of way to use this machine. This is one of my favorite techniques as long as for shoulder presses. I will not try to put a lot of stimulation on my front deltoids. I typically use the shoulder presses as a bridge between all of the exercise I've already done for shoulders and the upcoming chest exercises. So as long as for my chest training, I always prefer to pre-exhaust, pre-fatigue, warm-up if you will, with a fly movement and eventually with one hammer strength movement before I move to the compound movements. And I personally believe this is the way how I get the best results. Everything is nice and warmed up, and when I hit the compounds, my chest is already full with blood and the pump is insane. And on the other hand, I would like to make clear a little detail. The heaviest dumbbells in this gym that I train these days are like 65 pounds, and this is relatively light. But here's the trick that I'm trying to point out. When I already have like 2 pre-exhausting movements, the fly and the hammer strength, those 65-pound dumbbells become heavy as fuck. On the other hand, probably in 85% of the time when I train chest, I always prefer to train with dumbbells as long as for my compounds over barbells, because I feel like I'm able to get a lot deeper stimulation, a lot deeper contraction, a lot deeper stretch, and the whole movement it's a lot more essential as long as for my joints. So as a finisher of the whole chest training and the whole session, basically these days I find myself I'm become like a crossover type of movement. So right now I'm about to show the whole training session with different angles and all of the exercises. In the description box down below I'm gonna give you like breakdown of the sets and reps and that kind of stuff. So yeah guys, this is basically it. I hope you find the video helpful, useful. If so, please click on the thumbs up button down below. If you're interested in more videos like this, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. Have a nice one. Peace and I'm out.
This is is